It is so funny, this stuff we teach. We give these rules of thumb, these processes, these ways of measuring things. Don't buy a house where your payment's more than a fourth of your take-home pay on a 15-year fixed-rate mortgage. Put down as much as you can put down, and it's better if you put down 20% because you avoid PMI. These are rules of thumb I've said like a bazillion freaking times. Don't own vehicles more than half your annual income, even if they're all paid for, because vehicles go down in value. Anything with a stinking motor in it goes down in value. And if you have all your net worth tied up in freaking toys, you're a little boy, a little girl, and you're always going to be a broke little boy and little girl. That's what's going on. And I like cars, too. I drove a really nice one down here today, So I'm not against you having a nice car. I'm against your nice car having you. And so I use these guidelines. And I invariably, this stuff, when people get plugged into this, what we teach, they're like, I'm going to do everything you say, but maybe not that one thing. I'm like doing Dave-ish stuff. I'm going to do your plan-ish. Well, why don't you just do your plan and admit that that's what it is and don't blame me for your stupidity, okay? Or you get super hardcore financial Pharisee and make it even harder than what we lay out and take a lady like that and just rip her to shreds in some private Facebook group or something, And that's not my plan either. That's not Dave-ish. Why don't you just call it your plan? You don't agree with that plan. It's okay. If you want to have your plan, that's fine. Mine is the one that 5 million people have used to get out of debt. But you can have your plan. But don't blame my plan on your financial Pharisee self or on your ish. Because your ish is when people half-butt do stuff. And when you half-butt do stuff, you get a half-butt result. You really do. It's not any different than that. You've got to decide what is the truth. And the problem is our culture has stopped believing that there is a truth. And let me just help you with this. 100% of you, liberals or conservatives that jump off a building, you will find the sidewalk. 100% of the time. You can't fly. There's a thing called the law of gravity, and that is the truth. If you think truth is relative, try that exercise. The Darwin Awards will be awarded to you. Seriously. Try that. There is a truth. 1 + 1 = 2. 100% of the time. It's not relative. You don't get to make up your own plan. You don't get to decide that suddenly payday lending is smart for the poor. It's not. It's screwing the poor. It's oppressing the poor. If you own a payday lending operation, you are scum. If you walk in there, you are dumb. If you defend them, you are scum. They oppress and beat up on poor people. Poor people need to have access to capital. They don't need to get screwed. It keeps them poor. That's the truth. It's not really relative. There's not another side to that equation, except the wrong side. You can just look at this stuff. Car leasing, 100% of the time, is stupid. Mathematically, it's a calculator thing, people. There's a truth that's independent of your little relative-ish butt. So quit being ish. Decide to be somebody. Either hate everything I stand for and go off and prove me wrong, or do the stuff we're talking about. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.